tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads from over 200 countries and your number one source in after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
This is amazing. Hello, Finding Carter fans.
There you go.
Wow, there it is.
Oddly familiar.
Yeah. Welcome to the Finding Carter AfterBuzz After Show. I'm your host, Yael Tygiel. With me, of course, is Kylie Hodges.
Hi.
And Kristin Strange.
Hello.
And because you did it, because we got 15, not just 10, but 15 comments and reviews on iTunes, we have Jesse Henderson in the house.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I told you
Glad to
guys
be
we'd
here.
get you someone sexy.
Thank you for bringing the sexy,
Yeah.
Jesse. We really appreciate
Well,
it.
glad to be amongst sexies.
It's getting real hot in here, guys.
Okay, we're all suddenly
It's
blushing.
the lamps, I promise.
We are talking about Do the Right Thing, the latest episode of Finding Carter. I want to hear what you guys thought of the episode as a whole.
Woo! I don't know. How many words should I summarize this in?
140 characters.
Stressful.
Stressful?
Stressful.
Yeah.
I was so angry through most of it.
Okay.
Except the Taylor Mack storyline. I was just like, loving every
Yeah, of
moment of
course.
that. Zit cream and sex. It's like, what more could you ask for?
Lamps.
Yeah,
Hello.
lamps.
Crucial.
No boy ever bought me a lamp, so
No
God, I
lamps.
wish I had.
I know, a trip to the hardware store. Hello.
He
Hello.
was going all out.
He ran to the hardware
Yeah.
store, too.
Yeah.
Like, he
Yeah.
didn't just he ran.
Well, because when you want to get in a girl's pants,
Yeah.
you do whatever she wants.
I had a feeling
Quickly.
that Max has been on
Yeah.
a dry spell. Like, had a big feeling that he had been.
Yeah. What
Probably.
did you think of the episode?
I was mad a lot.
Yeah.
Often.
Why are you guys so angry at the show? You're so. I
I'm sorry,
didn't know
did
what I
you
was getting
watch this
myself.
episode?
So invested.
Yeah. We're
Right.
so
I mean, that's
invested.
understandable, I guess.
Yeah.
I think we just want everything to be happily ever after, which obviously doesn't make sense because otherwise this wouldn't be a TV show.
Right.
I don't
Very
want it
true.
to be happily ever after, but I just don't want people to be awful, like Bird and her whole. Like,
We will get to that.
Ooh.
Oh, we will get to that. 'cause I have
Uh-oh.
so much to say.
I know you guys. They don't like Bird.
What?
In
That's
case-
not true. We do like Bird, just not when she's
Aspects
being.
of Bird.
Yeah.
That,
I like
you
her
know.
hair. If that counts.
Good hair
Can we?
and style.
That's right.
Oh, she's got the best style.
does.
Her and
She
Ophi
does.
both have the best style.
Yeah.
Ophi kind of kills it on the style game.
He does.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that I think Carter dresses the best, right?
You could put
Okay.
anything on her and it would be adorable.
Yeah. But
true.
she's so edgy and grunge. I want
Yeah.
to be that edgy.
She does
and
kind of
grunge.
have that 90s grunge sort of thing going on.
I want to do it.
Do
It's like
it.
grunge porcelain doll.
Yeah.
Should we push pause and you go change?
Yes. I will request from my stylist.
Hulk your shirt and have a Carter shirt on.
Yeah. Definitely. Let's start. I want to start with Finding Carter the book, which we find out this episode. Oh.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah. So David wrote the book. And first we start with Carter and Elizabeth having a nice heart-to-heart in a diner. And she's upset about David lying. And I just, at that moment, was like, oh, it's not going to get any better. Like, it's just downhill if you're upset now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially coming off the last episode.
Right.
You know, where he's feeding all of this stuff to Carter about, Lori, and it was all a lie.
Yeah.
Lies, lies, lies.
If
Yeah.
I was David, I had a really good lie for him. I was going to be like, so I was writing it for me to go through the process because I'm a writer and I was
Don't
writing
help
it
him.
personal. But I just had a good lie for him.
That's a great lie.
right?
smart, Hem.
Just
That
you
is a
just
good
say,
line.
oh, it was so personal and I was doing it just for me and I was never going to publish it. But then you said I could, so hey.
Well, did you see how long it is?
I know.
I mean, that guy's
true.
been working.
It's like
I mean,
three
that's a
dictionaries.
tip of the hat.
Yeah.
You know? I
Effort
mean, at
into
least he's
that.
been working hard on it.
So
He's just trying to pay the mortgage.
Yeah.
At least he's doing something in that room all day.
Exactly.
not what I
Other than
thought.
drinking
Sure,
scotch.
Yeah,
you
or
know?
like secretly playing like Words with Friends or something.
So David asks for forgiveness from Carter. She forgives him for like a split second about last week's debacle. And then Elizabeth finds the book, reads it, and is like, we got to tell Carter. And this is the first time I think I have seen Elizabeth and David act like parents.
Yeah.
They like sat her down and were like, "We're your parents. This is the situation. Let's discuss it like adults." What? They're adults? I am shocked.
It wasn't King Carter. King Carter rules the house.
Yeah. Last week we had a whole discussion about King Carter.
King Carter.
Because
when she comes back
Yeah.
after the conversation about the affair.
Yeah.
Right? Is
Yeah,
that what you're
yeah,
referring to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at that. I wasn't even watching the after show.
It's like he knows the show or
It's
I
something.
was. Where do you think I got that from? I didn't watch the episode. I watched this.
Oh, good, good. So I love the scene where Carter is talking to David and he's crying, not just because I think he looks so sexy when he cries, but also because it shows that he actually cares. Because up until this point, I kind of questioned if he cared.
I did too.
He's such a manipulator.
Totally is.
Such a manipulator.
Master manipulator.
Yes.
But don't you
good.
think those
Yeah.
tears
He's
could have
good.
been an act?
Yeah, maybe he's a writer / actor
Well, there's
/ fake father.
Well, there's a lot we don't know about David
Exactly.
still.
True.
Oh, we don't.
Oh!
Oh, spoiler!
I mean,
That wasn't much of a spoiler.
You know, we don't really know. We don't really know anything about David now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Other than
he plays his cards right.
Carter's father, and he's a writer.
Yeah.
That's all.
And he plays his cards right. That's,
does.
He's a manipulator.
and he's
Yeah.
so
Sure.
good looking.
yeah.
Interesting too, the dynamic between he and Elizabeth with the affair and whatnot, and how that kind of
Yeah.
came back after
Yeah.
Carter had her input, and then how that all crumbles, and Elizabeth turns the trust table on him
Yeah.
because he kind of screwed up and fed her all that stuff.
Yeah.
I know in one season we went from Elizabeth being the worst parent ever and David being like the best father to being Elizabeth being the good one and David being kind of sketch.
Yeah. And the season isn't even over.
I know.
This whole show, I feel like, is a lot of role reversals.
I'm like so
Yeah.
emotionally stressed for Carter.
Yeah, totally.
It's
Well,
no
and-
wonder her and Taylor and everyone else is acting out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Well, and you saw a glimpse of it early on when he's meeting with his agent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And the
so
whole check
shady.
thing,
That's
and he's
true.
like holding it up, like, no,
That's
you
all
can't
zeros.
cash that.
Right.
You can't divorce Elizabeth, or she'll get half. All of those motives. I mean, that's intense.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something you want to tell
Yeah,
us.
there's
I don't wanna
definitely
tell
the
you
look in your
anything.
eye is
No,
like,
there's
I
nothing.
I have
in it.
something good to say, but I
Locking
can't
it
say
up.
it.
There's nothing. I mean, maybe there is.
I have one question though.
Yeah.
Are we ever going to figure out why Carter looks like nobody else in her family?
I think that she kind of does. If
No,
you look
she
at her and
doesn't.
Grant,
Yeah.
Oh, Grant.
and the fact that
Grant.
It's
you
like
know
my biggest question of
they're
the
not
series.
they're not identical twins.
Why does she
Right.
have brown
true,
eyes?
touche.
You know, everybody's tripping on the twin thing. It's like, there's such a thing as something other than identical twins.
What?
Yeah.
There are non-identical twins?
I'm sorry, hold the phone.
I get that much. But I'm like, David has blue eyes. Elizabeth has blue eyes. Two blue-eyed people don't ever make a brown-eyed child. I mean, that's like a 1% chance.
Well, you said that there's a chance.
She
Carter's
is the
always been
1%.
one in a million.
Well, Grant doesn't have blue eyes.
Yeah, he does.
He has brown eyes, I think.
He does?
I think he has
Yeah.
got brown eyes.
You need to adjust your screen, is what I
Perhaps.
think.
Well,
Maybe I'm not. I'm
need
not
to
looking
Google
into
this.
Grant's eyes close enough. I'll do that next scene.
Okay.
Oh, Grant.
Well, so this,
I know.
the
Shouts
book-
out to
Get
Grant.
so
What's up?
sad
What's
every
up, Zach?
time I hear Grant.
I know.
We'll get to Grant.
Okay,
guys.
sorry.
So cute.
So the last thing I want to talk about is David saying that he would never have published the book without her permission.
Whatever.
Anybody else have their BS detector go off?
Totally. Through the roof.
Yeah. Wait, you would
Well, I
never
think
publish?
money's been a big motivator for David
Right.
throughout, and so I think that he would try to, being the manipulator that he is, he would try to use that money as, the sweetening, the shortening on the cake there to kind of smooth things out, because
Buy them another car.
buy him another car. Ooh,
2 cars for the
Dad's got a
twins.
car we can afford now.
Yeah. Interesting.
How did he expect to rebound from that? I published a book. I told you I wasn't going to. How did he have a plan?
I
How
think-
do you?
I think his plan was, I'm the adult in this family.
That's true.
Yeah.
Your opinion means nothing, King Carter. That's what I think.
And then the end of the season, I'm not actually your father. Boom.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm helping write the show actually.
Yeah, awesome. So Carter goes off to school. I want to talk about the heist this episode. I'm calling it a heist. It was
I
not
like
a
that.
heist.
It kind of heightens the stakes a little
Yeah,
bit.
it was a heist. I really
The
just-
robbery.
I just like heist movies, guys. Ophi shows up at school with a beautiful black eye, and he needs money.
Right.
So he goes to his bank, which is Bird.
The bank of Bird.
Yeah, how did they get in that situation?
Well, because
Like-
her parents leave town. Correct me if I'm wrong. Her parents leave town and leave her with an ton of money.
So she's just like, sure, I'll just hand it out to all my friends. Whatever.
Well, no, like Ophi and Bird have a history in terms of like they're
Okay.
like best friends, and so Bird
Just
knows
best
that.
friends?
There's something
Is there
going on.
something-
There's nothing going on.
Something's gonna happen.
If you look at who is close to Bird, at least initially without Carter and whatnot,
Yeah.
bad influences.
Totally.
Ophi, not saying he's a bad influence, but he's doing bad things, maybe,
Right.
if that's how you see it.
Not the best.
Crash, he's doing things. She's already got her own conniving side.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense that, she would be fueling the fire when it comes to things that she would maybe want to live out herself, but is doing it vicariously through
Yeah.
others.
Thank
That's
you.
true.
Thank you for clearing that up for us.
We're pretty sure that Ophi and Bird are going to get together.
Oh,
That's
really?
happening.
Is that
See,
a rumor?
I feel
Is that
like
a rumor?
I feel like
That's
they
a
have a
ship.
history of that. Like they used to hook up, like
I
how
don't-
Carter and Max used to.
I didn't think that, but I think that MTV is going to kind of like put them together and make them have sex, and they're going to be like, no, oops, that was bad, and then they're going to do it again, and then they go, oops, that was a bad idea, and then they're going to do it again.
It's like some weird
Yeah.
like
They're like the
breeding
one-night stand that
situation.
replay.
and then eventually they're like,
Hey.
well, we keep having sex, so
All
we
right,
should
this is
probably
turning
just
into a
date.
fantasy of yours now, all right?
Yeah,
This is
tone it
getting
down,
awfully
Kristen. We have
personal.
young viewers. Please.
I kind of agree. I think that
We
from-
talked about this.
yeah.
MTV definitely has that in their
Yeah,
head.
but from what we understand about Bird, I mean, refer back to her and Crash in the closet. I think
Wow,
Bird.
that was intense, too.
She's a little loosey goosey.
Bird, I think, is very friendly. And
Oh, there
there's
you go,
nothing
yeah.
wrong with it.
No.
I'm not
That's great.
shaming
Everybody's
in
got
any
to
way.
get there,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I
this
think
is
she's-
not judgment hour.
No.
But
I
some
think
people,
Bird
I don't think
should-
Bird's looking for a relationship. She's just looking to make herself happy. You know?
And sometimes
I'm a do Bird. That's how she feels. That
then
sounded
so are
way
they.
weirder than I meant.
That's when she's lonely.
Well, so Ophi needs money. Bird offers him a $100,000 necklace to pawn because mom's not going to notice.
That's a big bet.
Yeah.
That Ophi's waging
That's-
if it's
Yeah.
worth a $100,000 necklace.
Yeah.
And then, oh wait, that was something different. Never mind. I was going to say something about the bracelet too.
Oh, well, so we'll get to the
Yeah.
bracelet, which I want to give a shout out. I don't even remember who it was on YouTube commented and was like, I have a feeling, because all we saw in the promo was that Carter lands in jail. They were like, bracelet. And I was like, oh, genius. So shout out to whoever wrote that on
Wow.
YouTube.
Yeah.
You've definitely caught that.
Smart.
It was him.
That was me. Like,
He secretly
guys.
got all these other names, or he just
not
becomes
Gabe,
a really.
1, 2, 3. Was that the handle?
Yeah, it was like, I love Gabe, 1, 2, 3. That could have been it.
Gabe's the best.
Well, so Crash takes the necklace to pawn it. Can someone explain to me why it is that Crash had to go pawn it?
He volunteered to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
He wanted to do it.
Probably because he's done it before. He has
Oh
a
yeah,
shady past.
he's experienced. He knows people.
It's a
feel
knows
pawn
people.
shop.
Crash is just trying to impress everybody now. Like, I'm a good guy. Let me pawn your stolen jewelry.
He's creating a new life for himself.
Yeah, by pawning
is.
people's jewelry. He's like, Carter will think that I'm cool if I do this.
I just picture
believe
like
it.
Ophi and Crash 10 years from now, and like Ophi's this bookie in Vegas, and like Crash is like his like point guy, where he's like, someone's not paying you.
Slash.
He's
I'll
the
be right
muscle.
back. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Crash
We
is his
get,
muscle.
we get a little snippet of Crash being the muscle when he says, give me a name. and Carter was like, are you going to beat people up? And
You
he's
don't
like,
do that. You
"No,
don't do that, do you?
no.
Of course not. But you need that bond.
Yeah. Thank you,
No,
Carter.
baby, no, baby.
Yeah.
I'll never beat
Reenacting
anybody
it.
up. Who you got?
Carter
Who
likes
you
to
wanna
see
talk
the best in everybody. It's like she doesn't look at Crash and think, okay, maybe there's something that maybe I shouldn't be involved with
What?
here.
He's a felon?
I know.
Love
He
is
just
blinding, folks.
prison.
That's right.
Hello.
That's right.
This is true.
All right.
Do no wrong in her eyes.
We'll go back to that whole teenage thing that we had last
Yeah.
week about teenagers.
Well, before we move on to the rest of the heist, and Bird's mom, who I definitely want to talk about, I need to thank the fans and the listeners and the viewers on YouTube for rating and reviewing on iTunes. That's right, guys. We clearly love this show. Clearly,
We do.
We are fans, and we do this because we want to talk about the show. We want to talk about it with you and for you. And what we need from you is a simple thing. Go on to iTunes, rate and review. When you do that, we get awesome, sexy guests in the studio.
Woo!
Yeah, not just this one. We're going to get more sexy guests. Yeah.
A whole lot of them.
And I live tweet the show every week, and I love hearing from you guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to Daphne, who was my support system through last night's episode while I was losing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, please interact with us. We love to talk with you guys about the show.
So, just lastly, if you like our show, give us a 5-star rating. If you don't like our show, give us a 4-star rating, and let us know in the comments what we can be doing better, what we're doing well, who our next sexy guest should be. We're not doing anything well.
No. No.
Guess we have a lot to improve on.
We'll have a list. This is what you need to
Great.
work on
Yeah.
for
No, I
next
said
week.
not doing anything wrong.
Oh!
Come on.
I had a feeling that's what he meant.
It didn't
I was
sound
about to be
like
like, wow, we got a lot of work to do
Yeah.
if the cast doesn't like us.
apparently. Well, so thanks, guys. Let's get back to the heist. We're sitting in Bird's
Sanctuary.
sanctuary. A bird sanctuary.
Penthouse.
Clever.
Right? Bada boom. Psh.
You know, some shows here have pun jars, so be careful.
Oh.
Oh,
Thankfully, we don't.
yeah. We should.
But Bird's mom over the intercom
Yeah.
calls her.
Carter Stevens, that was the best part. Carter's like,
And then when she does it again and Ophi responds.
Yeah.
I love that scene. Ophi, it's great. It's great. Yeah.
I really wish my mom would have called me over at intercom. Right? Like, that sounds so fun.
Yeah, totally. I loved how we learned Bird's real name. Beatrix.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Beatrix.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry, who?
It
you mean
took me
Bird?
a second. I was like, why? Why would we call her Beatrix?
That is such a rich girl name, though.
It
Beatrix?
really, I think.
Yeah,
I
and then
it is.
she's like the anti-rich girl, so she calls herself Bird.
she
And
doesn't
she
want to
steals from her mom.
Right, because she's like all like.
tortured and
Yeah.
Like the tortured
Cool.
tortured
Tortured
artsy
rich
soul who's like in
Artsy
denial
soul,
of
yeah.
her.
I just wanna know-
Bohemian.
Yeah.
Are we going to find out where the name Bird came from?
Beatrix.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
got
Bird.
that.
I feel like that's kind of a nickname. It's
I feel like B.
Well, Bird, she's light and airy, Bird.
there
you know?
you go.
I think we just
Bird
found
is the
out.
word, y'all.
Okay. Okay.
And she
Calm
flutters from guy to guy.
Oh!
Done. Bird.
Wow.
Bird it is.
Boom.
I will now accept it.
Thank you.
That's a good justification.
Well, we find out that apparently Bird's mother didn't just not notice that her $100,000 necklace is missing.
No.
And of course, Bird is a jerk. I'm just going to say it. Bird is a jerk this episode. And she blames Carter.
Do you have some opinions, Jesse? You look
Because
a little
I was
stressed.
so
Well,
angry.
It's not a moment of stress. It's more of a moment of, looking out for Bird here. So
Okay, back her up.
she did it for Ophi, her best
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
The fact that she didn't stick up for her in front of her mom, that was messed
Holy
up.
crap.
But her mom's intense. She's like, what is she going to say? A $20,000 bracelet. First off, she prefaced the whole thing with saying that she had a whole closet. She'll never notice.
Yeah.
And then she got caught on the spot in front of Carter with the police there. My dad, what's up?
Yeah. Eddie looked great.
All right, easy over there. But so I think that it was like this maneuver that she couldn't quite finish. She couldn't quite make it as stylized as she'd hoped.
Yeah.
Being as stylish as she is.
I have an idea.
But it threw her in jail. That's like a felony. You're going to prison. You're serving hard time.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, hey, maybe the house got broken into. I don't know. Why does she have to be
Yeah,
like,
but why does she have the
it was
bracelet on her
stolen
wrist then?
by my friend? Well,
That's-
Yeah. What kind of friend comes into your house, steals your stuff, and then you hang out with her knowing because
she's
it's
wearing
there?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she let her wear it to her house.
Yeah. My problem is that someone else was currently in possession of the necklace. Why? And they weren't there.
Right.
That's who you blame, guys. That's
Yeah.
who you blame.
Or you just make the call, you're like, hey, I need that necklace back now. And
Well-
he's like at the pawn shop, he's like, I need this back. And he runs and
Well,
returns.
at the moment that Bird's, I was going to call her Beatrix, Bird's mom calls her in, they are trying to reach Crash because he is returning, or he's pawning the necklace, and Ophi just finds out that he doesn't need the necklace pawned.
know.
At
Stressful.
that moment.
Oof.
He's not answering. his
why
phone.
was he freaking out about paying when he didn't even have to pay yet? What was that whole issue about?
Well, because he had already got, whooped up on. And then the dude was threatened to, break his legs and all this stuff.
Security.
Was it
Okay.
a second bet?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
then he like doubled up.
Got it.
So
Okay,
he
so that
was like,
did-
he
Yeah.
actually ended up making money on it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make
Smart
sure.
guy, Ophi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
But
I mean,
if
most of the time.
I were a
Obviously,
betting
but a
woman-
black guy, he doesn't
Some
know
of the
what-
time.
If I were a betting woman, he would be my bookie.
That whole story was lost
Yeah.
on me because I didn't understand how betting worked. I was just like, psh,
This
I'm
was
out.
educational for probably
Learn
most
something every episode.
Yeah.
All the kids
more
out
you
there
know.
were like, I'm
This is
so
how
gonna
you
play.
bet.
I want to go bet on things. That's
in
what,
high school.
yeah. Yeah.
Stick to scratch offs, kids. Doesn't get you a black eye.
Just don't gamble, kids.
There you go. There you
Except
go.
for in Vegas, unless you want to play the fish machine. That's the good one.
No, you wait till you're 21, you learn how to play craps, and then you head to Vegas, meet me there, and we will play craps. I
Wow.
love craps.
Grandma Yael over here.
You gotta get like 50 likes on the next episode or something like, to meet you in Vegas to play craps with you.
Just old ladies.
Yale's paying.
Yeah.
Whoa, never said that.
Sponsored trip.
I just picture Yael sitting at a craps table with like all the 80-year-old women, you know, with like,
Craps table is a
Chain
young man's
smoking.
game.
I don't know
She's
anything.
obviously a high roller.
Yeah, obviously. I don't graduate above the penny slots.
No,
so.
me either.
Great.
That's
Are
Sex
you a
in the City
gambler?
game.
No, I don't gamble anymore.
Anymore.
Oh, you're like are you an ex-Ophi?
No, I'm not an ex-Sophie. I dabbled.
Were you a poker player?
I've done it all.
I feel like you're an online poker player.
I was a poker face.
She made you online too.
Oh, there you go.
No, there are people that do that for a living.
Very true.
Yeah.
Right? I think they banned it though, didn't they?
I just,
Like online gambling for
Sure.
actual money? I don't know.
No. I
Oh,
doubt
really?
it. I
we got
doubt
to
it.
ask Kofi about that.
Yeah.
I just get nervous. I'm like
on?
$20. That's it, and then I like lose $5, and I'm like, okay, I can't take any more.
High blood
too,
pressure.
Too
Yeah.
stressful for me.
It's just like watching an episode of Finding Carter.
Exactly. Stress. So much stress.
Well, so Carter gets thrown in jail.
Again.
She gets handcuffed by your father.
Right.
Which
and then
sounds
who
fun,
meets again
actually.
is David and Kyle.
ah.
Yeah, that scene. Was
It's
intense.
never a comfortable situation when those two are in the same
Never.
room.
You can like taste the tension.
But like now they both know.
Yeah, so it's even weirder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like now they should duke it out.
Well, okay, so I was just gonna say the thing with
They
David
should
and
do-
Kyle is
Sorry,
that
I got so
David,
distracted.
David's like he can be like
blushing.
She was thinking about
She's
something.
blushing.
Yeah.
I know she's blushing.
Yeah, yeah.
I already know. It's not the
Ooh,
reflection of
zoom
your
in on
ring
the
either.
we. First of all, David's #1 fan is right here.
Yeah.
next to me.
I just
Um,
I imagine a fight between David and
Kyle.
being your favorite part, and then their clothes come off a little bit. And that would be like your ideal scene.
Thanks.
But see, here's the thing: is I don't think David has the cojones to physically
Oh,
get in a fight.
no.
No,
No.
He's like, I'm gonna hurt you with my words.
and he doesn't.
I'm
even,
gonna write a book about the fight
Yeah.
that never happened.
he can't
Exactly.
even use his words.
Nope.
He does. He just stares. Like
Oh, he
It's
does.
an
He does a
intense
lot of
stare.
staring.
It's an intense stare.
I feel like the fight would go down
Yeah.
like this, and this is not my fantasy because this isn't what I would want. David would instigate it. Kyle would punch him. Game over.
done.
That's how I think it would actually
Yeah.
go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One's a cop.
There's not
One
gonna be a
Maybe
fight.
he's just smart enough not to get into a fight with Kyle, a cop.
Yeah.
Who carries handcuffs?
Yeah, and a gun.
So Carter's in jail, and I love that we have another heart to heart with Elizabeth. I absolutely love it.
Yes.
She comes in and she's trying to understand, and I love that she asks if it's Crash's fault because it was. I mean, it wasn't.
And she's
No,
been waiting.
it
she's
wasn't,
been-
it wasn't.
Crash's
wasn't, but
fault.
I-
It was Bird's fault.
Whatever. Crash.
Yeah.
He's a bad kid too.
I mean, I'm not
Guilty
a huge
by
fan
association.
of Crash,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Bird just makes me so angry sometimes.
I want to pause really quick. How you're saying you loved the heart to heart with Elizabeth and Carter.
Yeah.
You can tell that their relationship is getting so much better because there was that moment where you could tell that Carter said like, "Can you just not be a cop for a second and quit interrogating me?" But to me, I took that as like concerned mom. Mm-hmm. I didn't take it as
Yeah.
as cop, and like Carter lets her a little bit more in every time, and I don't know. I really liked that scene as well because it really felt like a mother and a daughter talking, not a woman who's trying to get to know a girl or a cop interrogating a girl. It really felt like a mom and a daughter.
I think Elizabeth has figured out that as long as she doesn't lie to Carter, she's pretty much in.
yeah.
Like even when she messes up, as
Right.
long as she doesn't lie.
Well, and David's relationship with Carter has been somewhat disjointed, and so this is Elizabeth's opportunity to kind of, be the vulnerable one and to be the one that's open and to be
saw the
what
window.
David was to Carter in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and she's the good guy now. Mm-hmm. David's the one that's been lying, and Carter's starting to see through his.
Manipulations?
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say because he
Facade.
plays, his like good dad facade.
Yeah.
That Elizabeth's the mean mom, and
He does play the good dad all the time.
I think the turning point too was that episode was 2 episodes ago where they play paintball and then they go to the scene of the
Yeah.
crime
yeah.
right after,
Yeah.
and she sees like what it is, like how strong that Elizabeth really is. What she's got to go through on the day to day.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That was a kind of a moment for, I think, Carter to realize,
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's actually cool.
Well, we also see now that she's kind of a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
She bakes cookies for Grant's
which
bake
David
sale.
ruins.
That
Yeah.
was
What
my
a jerk.
favorite part.
I would have
when
at least
she-
just eaten one first and then smashed.
Yeah,
I'm like,
right? Like, take
dude,
them.
you could use some sweetness, bro.
I thought he was going to take them and, like, eat them all.
throw them at the wall.
I thought he was going to eat them all. That's what I would have done.
I was actually mad because he screwed his son's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's like a double whammy,
Yeah.
dude. Like you
Yeah.
screwed your daughter up, and now you're gonna not let your son have something to sell that your mother
Yeah.
cooked. Like
The poor Grant.
Poor
He just
Grant.
gets the short end of the stick all the time.
he's smart though. He's always
He's
onto
super
something.
smart.
The first thing when he comes in and sees the cookies are smashed, he's like, "Hello, is anybody here?" Like he knows something's up.
Yeah. So he throws them away and tells
Yeah.
tells Elizabeth that they sold out right away.
I know.
He's always protecting
son.
everybody, though.
A
Yeah.
good
It's
son.
just he tries to take care of everyone, and it's so sad because he's just a baby.
Yeah.
He's hyper aware. He's
So cute and little.
I see he's grown up. He's not an infant.
I know.
Shit, I picture me like, he's so tiny.
He's in a
And so
carriage.
It's like, well,
He
he's
just
you
looks
know
like a
5
little
foot
baby
something.
Grant.
He reminds me a lot of my little brother. So whenever I see him, I just feel for him a lot because I'm just like, he's
is
just
adorable.
so cute, and
He is a
is
great
cute
character.
as a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
As cute as 12-year-olds get, I guess.
I think he's really gonna snap.
Yeah.
I think he's because
I hope he
not the
does.
last episode, but the one before the birthday party. Like he definitely was like, people don't pay attention to me. My grandma treats me like a slave.
But
Look at it.
everyone-
Like look at this.
we have discussed this and we think you should know. Everyone in that family is pretty much a slave except for King Carter.
King Carter, yeah.
Yeah, because Taylor had to slave away to make the family every meal. She even
Yeah.
made homemade croutons, which is insane to me.
She was teaching a lesson.
Yes, okay.
Whatever,
she's
she's a
teaching a lesson, but
slave.
you could have
You could
saved
buy
your
those,
time
yeah.
for $2 bought a box.
Well, she's like a housewife.
She
or at least
is.
early in the episode, like
She's
when
totally.
she's making that dinner and she's got like the her hair up or something. She looks like a mom.
We should have gotten her an apron.
They had her taught well early.
Yeah.
It's totally another theme in the show is like the kids are more adults than
Oh,
the
yeah.
adults are.
Definitely.
And Grant is like wise beyond his years.
Right.
I would say Taylor is as well.
Well,
both
Yeah.
just like
I feel like Taylor
well, in
is
a different.
very
She's
naive.
motherly,
Yeah.
but naive, as a
Oh, yeah.
teenager,
Definitely.
I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about who was that bee at Grant's sale who was yelling at
I
Elizabeth.
know.
Oh,
Like
You
the-
should
the
turn your phone
PTA
off.
lady.
Yeah, like, you should turn your phone off. Everyone else has the decency to spend 2 hours with their children because they care about them. Also, your phone's been doing that. Your daughter's in jail. What?
Yeah.
Worst
Your daughter's
lady
in
ever.
jail.
What a bee.
Oh, and by the way,
Yeah.
BT Dubs.
she like lectured her about her phone going off.
I know.
And
Now you should leave.
Yeah.
those calls were about her
Right.
daughter being in jail.
I get that your daughter's in jail, but she's a little needy right now and blowing up your phone.
There's one of those
needs
moms
to
everywhere.
stop.
The worst.
Yeah.
So Bird finally, after they've started to accept the fact that Carter's in jail, then she shows up to be like, "Oh, I lied. I'm a jerk." I love that Taylor was like, "Bird's a jerk." I was on team Taylor at that moment.
Taylor, I don't think I've ever seen a moment where Taylor and Bird have really interacted. Like, I've never thought of them as actually being friends.
There was that Mean Girls moment where Taylor went into Carter's room and she was like,
Oh, right.
why are you and Bird not talking?
Oh,
Are you having
yeah,
a
the
fight?"
Mean Girls
and then
Oh,
Bird was,
yeah, that
Right
was
there.
shady.
Not only that, I think there's the scene when Bird comes over for dinner when her parents, well, we first find
Right.
out that her parents are like never there. And Taylor is like, "Oh, you notice me. I exist."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then at the school too. at the art showing.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah, she got all excited. You wanted me here? Wow.
Yeah.
Calm down, Taylor. Play it cool.
I want to ask, is Bird going to redeem herself this season? Or is she just going to continue to be jerkier?
Well, I think that
We're hard on Bird. We should all admit we are hard on Bird.
I loved her in the beginning, but like she is just really
her
angered
intentions
me.
just get muddled, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think, like, she did initially do that to help Ophi.
Mm-hmm.
And then she screwed up. But, it's like,
She's a teenager.
yeah, I mean, I got to say something to contradict you.
She's a poor rich girl. She can't help it.
But,
sometimes.
it's like, with everything at her fingertips or at her whim, accountability is probably something that is lacking. And so, but you do find, like during the portrait scene and throughout that whole explanation after the fact, that it's her kind of vicariously channeling her own insecurities and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't we find out that Bird had been assaulted?
Somehow attacked or assaulted
Yeah.
with no
So-
details yet. Do we get details?
he's smiling. Every time he smiles, I assume that we're gonna.
I'm
there's
just happy
something.
to be here.
Oh, good. Thank God. What can you tell us?
So I feel like I get her kind of being screwed up because we don't know all the details. That could have been way worse than I imagine. But still, she's got to be a good friend. Carter's never done anything to be a bad friend to her. Why would she?
Right.
Why is she always acting like a bad friend to her, drawing her pictures that have her face off or whatever that was?
I do agree with Jesse in kind of the sense that she hasn't had real parenting in a while. Maybe she did
Right.
earlier on, but I think that her viewpoints of how she treats people and how people treat her are skewed.
And have been shaped by, having to take care of herself and
Yes.
survival of the fittest sort of thing. I mean, there's more to it than just characters acting and reacting, to what's happening and going on around them. Everyone's coming from someplace.
What? They have
You know.
backstories?
Yeah. Believe it or not, folks, they do.
You know who would be good together? Gabe and Bird.
Yeah, because Gabe would
Ooh.
be so good for her.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, he's like such an
Make
kind
it
of like a
happen.
structured guy,
Yeah,
really
give
good
her a little
kid.
foundation.
Yeah.
Also,
Aw.
she needs
He
a
would be
good influence.
stable for her.
Yeah.
She would finally feel like she had stability. Whereas Crash is always.
And you guys would be the
Dragged
couple
up.
with the great hair.
Yeah.
All right, now we're
Power
talking.
couple.
Excuse me
Power
one second. I got an
You would
email
have
from people about this idea.
Beautiful children with
Yeah.
luscious locks of hair.
Wow.
I think we're on to something. Season 2.
Yeah.
Well,
Season 2, Gabe and Bird
But-
make a family.
I always said this needed a teen pregnancy. There you go.
Oh!
Let's leave that to the next block.
I,
MTV's already got that unlocked.
Yeah, they do.
I
enough
like
teen
I like
pregnancy.
the idea of Bird and Gabe because you put it together and you get Babe.
Oh, hell.
Now that you put
shippers.
that out there.
Hashtag
Hello.
babe.
Yeah, shippers. Let's see it happen. Babe.
Isn't there a hashtag for Carter and Crash?
Yeah, car crash.
Car crash. I like that one.
I like
Cute.
Car Crash.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think it's promoting the wrong thing. I'm such an old
There's
lady.
irony
Maybe
within
some
it.
symbolism there.
Yeah, I'm such an old lady.
Tumultuous combination between the two of them.
That's true. Maybe that's a little foreshadowing.
Whoa. Now we're getting. Are we getting
Don't
too.
look at me.
Well, so Elizabeth, after Bird finally confesses, Bird, Elizabeth goes down to the station to free Carter. And what do we find out, guys? Crash was there. He paid the bail, and they've jumped ship. Ugh, so frustrating. Yes?
Crash probably could have used a college fund more than getting Carter out of jail. I got so upset when I realized that he used that money to bail her out.
Why?
Because, like, let the mom bail her out, you know? She's a cop. She probably had the ins to make it, you
She
know?
don't even have to pay the bail.
I mean,
probably.
I get it. The kids are in their own world and the adults are in their own world. But I was like, no, you should have kept that money.
My problem is Kyle even says, or Elizabeth says to Kyle, like, how did that happen? She's a minor. I want to know, like, logistically, because I know that I've definitely had legal issues on other shows as well. Like, why is the law not being followed? Like, why is the law failing?
$100,000 is a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. For a small town police
But
department?
he
Yeah.
only had 20,000.
$20,000 is a lot of money.
The necklace was worth $100,000. He got
only pawned it for 20.
$20,000.
Another reason why Crash should not have pawned it.
Yeah.
Leave it to a girl, maybe someone who can appreciate the value of the necklace and negotiate a little better.
At least he should have gotten like 50.
Yeah.
I thought that was great though, because it's like, oh, he really is a 17-year-old boy who just has like no concept of like fine jewelry. And it's like, oh, 20 grand? Heck
That's
yeah.
amazing.
But he was actually getting ripped off. Like he had no
Well, and
idea.
it's not his too, so he's up 20 regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he's not up. I mean, he wasn't
Well,
supposed
I mean,
to be
he
up.
didn't spend the money on
They
it to
were.
buy it,
Right.
so he made the money regardless.
Yeah, that's true. I want to shift gears for a second and talk about Max and Taylor this episode because
Love
it was
them.
so romantic. Taylor cuts class because it's her first time.
That's what everyone wants to do, is cut class to go to your boyfriend's apartment.
Yeah,
And
I don't
do
know
it.
if that,
Yeah.
like midday, that's when you want to do
No,
it.
that's not. No.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Why not midday?
No adults are home.
No adults are home at his house ever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Wow.
And no one seems to care where she is after school anyway.
I know.
Right.
She's not the bad kid. No one's concerned.
I don't even care. I just love those two so much.
When
I love
nature
Max.
calls,
He's a
you
sweet.
know?
Yes. Nature was knocking.
I don't
Really?
think that's what that means.
Knocking on the. I don't
Or
know.
does it?
It's a different kind of nature.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've all had those nature.
Well, what did you guys think about the adorable nervousness? Max, the sweetest, most adorable
I
thing
love
ever.
that.
He wanted it to be perfect. Can you blame him?
So
He's,
cute.
he's so concerned with keeping Taylor as Taylor and not letting this crazy world around her corrupt her too much.
But it already
Even with like
has.
the smoking, I know, but
With
like
the
with the smoking
makeup.
weed,
Smoking
he's
weed,
like,
yeah.
no, I'm gonna put you to bed. I don't want to be around you and something like this. Like he's not trying to influence her. He's gonna let her, she can take care of herself, but he's not gonna push anything on her. I love that. It's so sweet.
And the lamp.
The lamp.
Another lamp. That was a nice lamp too.
He's like the perfect guy to lose your virginity to. He really is.
He cares about lighting.
Yeah.
Cinematographers are the way.
It's the little things.
So romantic. We had discussed it. I think it was your prediction last week that it wasn't going to happen.
It wasn't going to happen.
What wasn't gonna happen?
That the Max and
The boom boom.
Taylor.
Yeah,
The,
the
the what?
The boom boom.
the bum bum.
The boom boom.
The first time. I mean, it was very clear that there was going to be something.
Try.
Yeah.
We're going to try.
Of course.
But nothing ever goes Taylor's way, so.
Yeah. So Max comes in and he does it his way, where she's at home, no makeup,
Yeah.
no fancy outfit,
robe.
Playing that gangster rap. Got some zit cream on her face.
with her
looking
family
cute.
downstairs.
I know, that
Yeah.
was so awkward.
Yeah, they traded midday when she's supposed to be at school in his apartment with no supervision to her apartment
With the
when
parents home.
everyone's home.
Tons of
Yeah.
parents. Yeah.
Oh.
And does her door even lock? That was my question.
Sure
'cause-
doesn't, because someone
Yeah.
walked in.
It might lock, but she doesn't know how to use the
Clearly.
lock.
Right.
I'm
And it's
so
like a
stressed
through
about that.
to
Yeah.
Carter's as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's just what you want during your first time, is your boyfriend's ex-girlfriend walking in on you. That's exactly everyone's dream
Yeah,
first
that
time.
is weird.
/ twin sister.
Slash your parents as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, Elizabeth handled it way better
did.
than I thought. Like, if it were my mother or the Elizabeth I expected, she would have been like, oh, hell no. This is not happening in my house. Just like controlling. Very like, I feel like
Right.
she's very controlling of situations and want things the way she visualizes them. But she was very chill about it.
Yeah.
She was kind of like, oh, okay,
Well,
I'm
and
going
I
to cover
think-
this up.
I think too she's got a different appreciation for Taylor and Max than she does
Yeah.
for Carter and Crash.
true.
Yeah.
Or Car Crash.
Because she loves Max.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
loves Max. Totally.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't?
Everybody
love
loves Max.
Yeah.
Aside from David.
He's hard to not like. He would be really hard to not like. Everyone loves him.
Well, how did David describe him in the book? The slow-speaking,
Something about his tongue.
slow-minded, slow-tongued stoner.
I found it weird that the way that her dad wrote about them. Mm-hmm. It just seemed.
He's
It
gotta
just
make
seemed
it
a little.
interesting.
I mean, he is a writer, so yeah, he had. But like to be a father of the characters and writing about them in
Yeah.
a non-fatherly way is bizarre to me. But I'm not a dad, I'm not a parent, and I'm not a writer. So.
He's writing it for the reader.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I guess he's a real writer.
He's
A
just
real
gonna
Hemingway.
Piss off his whole family first, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me anger you all.
Yeah.
There was a lot of
You kick
zeros
me
on
out
that
of the
check.
house.
That idea flew out the window,
Yeah.
literally.
Hell.
Hello.
Well, so after Max comes over and tells Taylor that he really, 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 really likes her. Because 6 likes
That
likes
means
is love.
love.
But
Wow.
5 does not.
No one told me that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
They just went away.
Yeah. But they do it
Then
anyway.
they say the 6th one.
Yeah. I think after they do it.
After they have sex, because
That's
that's
love.
that's how it's supposed to happen.
Tell us about your first time, Kristen.
It is funny. I
It
always
just
think it's
got
funny
really
how.
hot over here.
Yeah.
Oh!
Let's not talk about it. What are you talking about?
cut to
Virgin.
black
I
for a
don't know what you're
second.
talking about.
It's always fascinating to me how MTV, like, they put teenagers in such adult situations.
Yeah.
I mean, I doubt many teens deal with this many adult things before their 16th birthday.
I mean, the sex thing.
but
probably,
that's where the drama
Yeah.
is, I guess.
Yeah.
It'd be boring if their lives were nice and normal.
Well, I mean, do you not think that teenagers having sex is not normal?
No, I just
maybe in Wisconsin.
I was
No,
gonna say,
no.
where did you grow up?
no. There are plenty of teen moms in the Midwest. But
What?
yeah, actually, I feel like in every episode of Teen Mom, there's at least one from like Detroit or something. But
I think they're everywhere.
yeah, they are everywhere.
Everywhere
that was
a worldwide phenomenon, actually.
since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
But no, it's new. It's new.
It's just I like how this show. It's like these big, huge issues that you shouldn't have to deal with as a kid are being like thrown on these kids
Yeah.
in every which way.
Yeah.
But that's why it's nice to see them deal with things like having sex for the first time. Because that's normal.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good point.
I like that we have Taylor to give us the first time for everything. We saw her first kiss.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah, we grow with Taylor.
First
First
pot.
pot.
That was my biggest thing, though. She just had her first kiss, and it's been like a week.
Well, don't you know kissing is a gateway to
Yeah.
Kissing
Listen,
is-
let's just go right from first to home.
I was like,
You know?
oh, they're
Nah,
moving
she didn't
so
mess around.
fast.
That's how sports work, right?
Exactly.
She makes
you're a
things
slugger.
happen.
Well, Jesse, we talked to you at the birthday party at the ice cream
Yeah,
parlor,
yeah.
and I asked about your first kiss.
Yes.
So I might as well.
Oh!
No.
Now it's getting a little
no.
too invasive.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is not Howard Stern.
I thought I'd ask because I know that.
Now I'm blushing, and you didn't even ask me.
I know that there are listeners out there who would be mad at me if I didn't. So I asked.
Well,
you said
Unless
that
you
you're not
wanna
going to tell
share.
us.
I appreciate
That's
the
fine.
ask.
Yeah, great.
I'll let that imagination of yours, which I know works so well, to figure out the rest.
All right then. Where were we?
Well, there are so many Twitter followers that got real excited when they found out you were going to be in the studio, and a lot of them were asking me to ask you, what can you tell us about next week? A lot of people were very emotionally distressed after last night's episode.
yeah.
So is it?
I was one of them.
Can they
Yeah.
can they expect to be distressed next week as well throughout the
Yes.
season? Yeah. What can you tell us?
Next week is going to shake things up, and that's
Really?
I'm not going to give more than that because there's already, like you were saying, people have guessed right about things that are to come. I don't even want to do that to anybody.
Okay.
I want blood pressure to be really high all week, and then everyone just to collapse on
I
Tuesday.
feel
Oh,
like
God.
we can just expect to be stressed out every episode.
Every week, yeah, every
So
week.
the
Tuesday
stress
night.
It's gonna be sad.
A bottle of wine.
After 3 episodes.
There's three left for the
three
season,
more
yeah?
episodes. 10. Yeah.
3 more weeks of stress. I could do it.
Yeah, you can do it.
I want to know if Gabe will. I mean, we've said that Gabe and Bird should definitely get together, but will Gabe find love this season?
Poor Gabe.
In the
Gabe and
first,
Bird, Gabe and Bird.
he's got such a big heart. He tries hard,
Yeah.
but doesn't come up with much. Second season though, maybe
Yeah.
Really?
second season.
That's good. Gabe needs a good girl.
Yeah.
He's a good girl who's gonna return the favor.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about second season?
I can't tell you anything.
Do you know anything,
been
or is it
renewed.
so
I know,
recent?
I know we're coming back. Yeah.
That's good
Yeah.
enough.
No, everything's being worked out now. Getting through. I mean, this all happened so quickly. We just got back like not even a month ago. So, we'll just continue to unravel, and everybody else will be along for the ride, as will we. So.
I feel like you guys must be stoked to come back because you guys seem like you have so much fun on set.
Oh my God, we hit it off right away.
Yeah.
Everybody just clicked right away. We did, we hung out obviously when we worked, but more so when we weren't working. Everybody's got along so well.
Where do you guys
great.
film?
We still hang out here in Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So we were
Okay.
there for 4 months.
That's fun.
Fun.
Yeah.
And do you know
A
when
lot
you
of
guys
fun.
will go back for season 2?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's all still in its infancy.
Hopefully tomorrow, so that we get a season 2 pretty soon.
That would be amazing.
I want to switch things up a little bit. I have a really personal question to ask.
I
and
think I already
personal?
took. Yeah, I think I already
This
took care of that.
is even more personal, and I'm sorry. I was
hello.
just
Okay.
asked to ask you this.
Okay.
Tell me about your hair. You have great hair. It looks so effortless.
You made me so nervous.
I was
I
like,
couldn't
where is
know
this
where was
going?
going.
Right.
Hair is a very
So
personal
you can't hear my
thing.
response. I mean, I
you-
get up. Wait,
Go on.
don't
Tell
they-
me your hair routine.
I wake up like this.
Yeah.
Is that like the thing
Okay,
to say now?
Beyonce.
No, I put a little product in it after I take a shower.
I'm so jealous.
Who's the most how do I put this? The boy on set that puts the most effort into grooming.
To be honest, I think everybody's pretty simple. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, not to make it sound easy, but like,
Call him out.
Because
It's okay.
Crash's hair looks a little like there needs some work into it too. Like it's like effortlessly, but like he
Yeah.
Yeah, but
moved everything the right
Max's
way.
hair is so long, and as females
doesn't
who have
comb it.
longer
I
hair,
feel
just
like
conditions.
I had if anyone doesn't do anything to their hair, it's Max.
Totally.
Except for brush it.
Yeah.
Totally.
Probably.
to be honest, we've never really sat down and discussed like the hair process. I just know
This
that
is what they're doing.
for myself, I've never seen anyone or waited in the lobby for anyone longer than the expected amount of time. So either they start really early on their hair, and they're just really good at concealing it. Maybe.
I think the fact that there are 3 women hosting the show, we've talked more about hair on this show than I have with any other after show. Because I have a lot of opinions about hair. I have said I don't like.
Max's
Yeah,
hair.
I do not
He's
like.
got killer hair.
Yeah.
But yes, he wears it well. I have a thing where I'm like, I don't like dudes with long hair, cut it off. But like, I can be forgiving with Max. I know I was rough around him earlier on, but I'm just loving him so much right
In
now.
this
I don't care.
episode where we see him and Taylor and they're about to start doing what they're doing, his hair looked so angelic, and I was like, oh, yeah, I really like it
Angel
today.
Max.
Yeah.
The backlighting on Max is
Yeah.
just phenomenal.
Well, that's work to grow your hair that long too.
Yeah, it is. For a guy.
He's got
especially.
patience.
Yeah.
Literally in the show too. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about as the show has been airing throughout the past weeks, like the responses you've been getting, and what has the viewership like grown between a certain week or
Yeah, I mean, since before the show even started, we had a following. People were just excited about the concept alone, and that's to speak for the critics as well. Everybody was intrigued by the whole premise, which is to be expected because it's kind of unique. I don't really know of another show, especially on an MTV show, that is, kind of controversial, but I mean, it's not too racy,
Yeah.
It touches on themes, but it doesn't, exploit this like idea of what these like raging teenagers are doing, like you said, they're like facing real life problems,
Yeah.
and especially within all of the situations that they're thrown in. But it's been nothing but positive. I mean, Twitter's just blown up, and the fans have just continued to get more and more enthusiastic and committed, and opinionated. But it's great. It's really great. It's great.
opinions are good though. It means they're
Opinions are
watching and
good.
they're super
Exactly, and they're into it, so it's great. And then that is probably the reason why we're going back for a second season.
Yeah.
Awesome.
People are hooked.
I have a feeling it'll be around for a little while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I wish I could give more about the end of the season, but
Ah,
Are we gonna
I
get?
would be doing you a disservice.
Are we gonna be
I
getting
appreciate
any kind of answers this season about Lori? Maybe.
Well, I don't know what kind of questions you have, but there will be there will be
information.
answers. There will be answers.
Okay.
Good.
Maybe.
I've noticed on Twitter that you guys have watch parties every week.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
When we were in Atlanta, we'd all get together in the hotel room and we'd watch together. We'd bring snacks and.
Oh, so
watch
you
the
aren't
episode.
watching live? Like
Well, we
last
wa-
night?
Oh yeah. Well, I wasn't at the viewing last night, but
Okay.
they all got together.
Are they all in Atlanta?
No, we're
they're
all
all
here.
back here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Remember we saw them like 2 weeks ago getting ice cream?
I didn't even think about it. I don't know, back and forth maybe.
Yeah.
No, we wrapped on the first season 3 weeks ago about. We got back like August 2nd. But yeah, so we all get together. Like I said, we all hang out outside of work, so it's a lot of fun.
And you live tweet along with the show.
I try to. I'm trying to get good at it. I'm trying to get better at it. I mean, I tweet something. I used to be, I don't know. I'm not setting ships off or anything like I'm just like tweeting about what's happening, right? Maybe you guys can maybe you guys can give me some like pointers on how to be a better tweeter.
Just be yourself. That's what
great
people want.
Yeah.
You're like, I
Being
bore
myself.
myself.
If you respond to the girls when they're like, "Can you just show me a picture of her hair?" then everyone will think that you're a great.
You should.
I'll give more. I'll just give hair responses.
Yeah, you should just tweet a photo of your hair every day.
Every day.
See the progression of it.
As it grows out, we'll just get another photo.
My hair was a lot longer before the show, and they cut it. It was like down to my shoulders here.
Well, Gabe.
Oh, did I offend you with my long hair comment? I'm so sorry.
No.
Gabe can't have long hair. He's clean cut.
He's very clean cut.
Which surprises me that he has this long of hair.
Well,
to be
this is
such a
like
clean
3
cut.
weeks grow out probably.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It
shorter
is
in the show.
definitely more tame on the show.
Yeah, it's definitely. Gabe is like,
Shooter.
straight shooter.
Yeah.
He
I'm
pulled them all
answering
stunt.
questions for
He pulled them all stunt. He's trying to
That's his like
do it in his own way. That's his bad boy move.
Yeah. He's a prankster.
Hey, that's pretty good. You got all those fingers made, and
Yeah.
I mean, hello,
Those-
that's
Good
crafty.
job.
Oh,
Gabe.
yeah,
Are
that
those
was him.
fingers available? I just know the fans are going to want to buy one.
MTV
And their
makes
parents
If
will
I
be
said I
really
had a few, it'd
annoyed.
be like me bragging, so I won't say. I don't have any.
But they're not available on MTV.com.
Darn.
They
No,
should
that's a good
be.
idea.
You should,
should
you
be.
should put that idea
Yeah.
in.
It's kind of a nice iconic for the show.
Yeah.
Like, it's a thing. Oh, that's the middle finger in Fanny Carter.
Yeah,
Kind of.
I like it.
I'd never seen one before. I like it.
It's better than the Miley finger.
Yeah.
What is that?
Last year's VMAs, Miley.
She had a foam finger
I'm not
as
hip
well.
to
You can
the-
Google it.
It was in a
I guarantee
controversial
you'll
spot.
get-
on
Wait,
a
it was a
woman.
what? It what? Oh.
She had a foam finger and
Was
she
it a
was
middle finger or was
It
it?
was just a regular
okay.
finger.
Oh, okay. Oh, and she's like,
Yeah.
DJing.
Oh.
I don't know. How else sorry, is that too much? I thought that was being
paints a picture.
gentle. Oops. I want to change the subject again. I'm sure you've been asked this 1,000 times and I'm asking it anyway. Tell me a little bit about Jesse versus Gabe.
Gabe's much more clean cut and by the book. I mean, not
So
by the book.
you're a bad boy, is what you're saying.
I'm not a bad boy. I'm just saying that.
He got a little sly smile when you said that. He's like, well, maybe like a little bit.
I'm not a bad boy.
No, I mean that's not for me to determine. But
Yeah.
no, there are similarities. I mean, Gabe's like a really caring guy and takes care of everyone around him, and I'd like to think that there's an inkling of that within myself, just kind of being aware of the people around you and whatnot. But Gabe plays it safe, so you see the results that come from that. Not much, and so in life, that's not really me.
You're more of
but-
a go-getter.
I'm more of a go-getter. Yeah. I mean, Gabe's a go-getter, but he does it within the box. You got to
Yeah.
jump out of the box sometimes.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the
Excellent.
show.
Yeah.
Good,
I'm
glad.
so excited
I'm
you're
glad.
here.
I think
I was staring at your hair for the past 5 minutes. I actually wasn't really
I've been
listening.
like really trying
Get
not
lost
to touch
in your
it
hair.
the whole time.
Oh!
It's so soft.
Don't wash those fingers.
Well,
I
on
just
that
watched it.
note, I think it's time we head into predictions. Oh.
Can't.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
Spooky.
So spooky.
Yeah. So if you would like to predict what you think will happen in the next few episodes.
I'm gonna let you guys handle it.
All right, Kristin, what do you think?
Oh, well,
Well, before we start, let me interrupt you. I just want any fans who didn't see the promo to be warned with a spoiler alert because
fair.
because the promo was
Crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, right, for the next
Violent.
yes.
Yeah.
That's where I'm gonna. Sorry.
Well, okay, yeah, coming from that promo,
Yeah.
we see Crash and Carter go leave somewhere. I feel like maybe Carter is going to figure out that Crash has a little bit not screwed in fully. Because that's kind of what I feel like. He's just not fully there all the way.
He's not the sharpest tool
He's
in the
not
shed.
sharp. He's not that sharp, and he's a little. I don't even know how to put it, but he's a little crazy in that I don't even know how to...
He's reckless.
He's reckless. And he's reckless, and I feel like he doesn't even realize it. So I think she's going to kind of see that as he obviously does something terrible, or maybe someone else does. I don't know. Someone gets shot.
See, I didn't think it... I didn't go to Crash when I saw that.
Someone gets shot?
Right?
This is like keeping me up at night.
Is?
That's what the promo showed.
I mean, maybe
Does somebody
not
shoot a
shot
bottle
or...
of ketchup and that's what got all over?
And they end up in a hospital?
It is like
She has blood. I see blood.
It is a convenience store.
It
You
is
might
fall,
have ketchup.
October, Halloween. I don't know.
Oh! No. No. Don't make me fall for that.
Kylie, what are your predictions?
Yeah.
I feel like it's Clue. Lori in the gas station with the gun. Shooting
Nice.
Max.
Carter
And it
Clue.
makes me want to cry.
Shooting Max?
That's what I just died. He's the one that works there. He could be behind the counter and he's like so, like, no, I gotta protect everybody. And he's he's the line of communication between Lori and the gang.
I'm going to cry if they kill off Max.
And Taylor
Right?
yells at her that she's ruining their family.
Yeah. Well, does she? Is that who she's saying? Do we see that?
No, we see her yelling something about yelling something upsetting.
But she could be saying that to Carter, too.
She could be saying
Because
that
ever
to
since
everybody.
Carter showed up, just everything's hit the fan.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is maybe Taylor's.
I don't know. She had sex, so that's the good part of Carter coming back, or else Max wouldn't have been there.
That's
Carter
true.
is her wing
Very
woman.
true.
Plus for Taylor.
I have no idea now. Thanks both of you for changing
You're
all
welcome.
my thoughts.
Thank you.
I predict someone will die by the end of the season.
Don't say that.
Stop looking at me, y'all.
I just
You're trying to get something. I
You
told
better
you
put
my
on that poker face.
is strong.
All right. On that note, I think someone's going to die. But now I think Jesse's going to tell us where we can find him on Twitter and Instagram and all those good stuff.
You can find me on Twitter at Jesse Henderson and on Instagram at Incognito Bandito.
Wow, that was like a
Bandito.
smoldering look at the camera.
Incognito Bandito.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep it.
I do
love
like
it.
that.
I love
like
it.
it.
I love it. Yeah.
And aside from finding Carter, we have any other projects you want to?
There's some things in the works, but
Yeah.
that's where they remain right now in the works. So
Awesome.
Hair modeling is your
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calling.
yeah, I've got a call after this.
Kristin, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Kristin Strange and on Instagram at Kristin Aubrey Strange.
Awesome. Kylie.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at the Kylie Hodges.
Awesome. And you can find me online at yael.tv. There you'll find information about the beautiful stylings from Siren's Boudoir. You can also find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Google Plus at Yael Tygiel. That's YaelTygiel. And we will see you next week for more Finding Carter. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for
guys so
coming,
much.
Jesse.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Gonna get a crazy few weeks.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing what people think about next
Yes.
week.
Yes. Thank you for coming.
see
Thanks
if your
for watching,
predictions
guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.